Welcome to the Purple Pill Podcast. My name is Robert. I'm with my host LA and Darren. How y'all been this week?
The weather's, me, I go with the weather. If you don't get it by now, I go with the weather.
It's fucked up. Biology is fucked up.
He go with the weather, and as the weather gets better for me, people with allergies they start really suffering.
So my allergy season's about to hit soon too.
It's all right. I bought stock and clear it too.
That's silly. That is silly. He got it too.
You didn't do it yet. You better do it quick.
Right.
You heard it here first.
I'm happy. I don't really got allergies, but they kick in every once in a while.
That's crazy. I don't wish this upon my worst enemy. Like sometimes I wake up and you know how you feel sometimes, like when you drink too much.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you get that headache and that pressure.
Yeah.
That's just
that's too much. Yeah, that's too much.
And then you know how Nipsey, when he yawn, make that squealing noise? My nose do it sometimes. It'll just deflate and just I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You know some stuff in there at that point.
What you got for me today?
Today. Rob, what we got today?
I wanted to start off talking about something different. I want to talk about different different types of product.
Okay, well, let's do it.
And different strands. So first of all, what's your favorite strand?
Favorite? What category would go into defining favorite? Like to look at, to smell, to what?
The overall smoking
experience. Yeah.
The experience.
My favorite.
Like it would depend on the season, right? Like what medicinal effects do I want? Okay, so I want to be able to sleep through the night with the congestion.
Indica.
What do you like best? Do you like the stuff that brings you down more, or do you like the stuff that brings you up more?
I like
indica. What do you like more? What do you like?
Indica. I like indica. I'm an indica.
But
person.
What strand?
What's my favorite? I don't know my favorite. You can't go wrong with OG, but I got it. You can't go wrong with OG. Nobody. You can't unless it's some bullshit OG. But I don't think you can go wrong with OG.
I like is pungentness. Is that a word? Yeah. Did I just make up a word?
I mean, pungent is a word. You throwing this on.
That's what I'm doing. It's an LA trademark word. The pungentness, like that. Well, that's what attracts me to something like that sweetness. So like, I like the gelatos. I like the Death Stars. I like the AKs. I like the big boy ones. I want to put it in something, and I want to be like, God damn, the nigga stole my soul. Hold on.
Yeah. That's how I feel. Yeah, I like Gorilla Glue.
I like that shit to grab me by my chest.
Yeah. Gorilla Glue number 4.
They got numbers?
Yeah, they actually do. Yeah, and I'm actually like when you actually get with most of them, you be like, okay, these are our differences in all of these. But Gorilla Glue number 4 and Northern Lights. Those are my 2.
Ooh, Northern Lights. When I was in high school, that was a problem.
And bro, I had some good Northern Lights when I was in college, bro. Oh, that was some good
memories.
Stuff. That was some good stuff.
But do you know? I'm a little bit of a nerd. I enjoy history. Yeah. Do you know where this shit started from?
What?
Where this product started? Like, who was the first person to grow it? Was it like Egypt, like everything else?
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. But can you grow that in the desert?
I mean, they grew everything else. They had corn.
But that was the Nile. They had the Nile right there.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess you could if you had hemp seeds, I guess, right?
Egypt was the fertile land, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Where did product originate? Are you able to
find out.
Take us through a history lesson? It's either that or in the Hindu Kush Mountains. Isn't that what they call it? The Hindu,
Possibly, but I
the
think it's over. I think it's the natives.
Native Americans.
I think it was.
Ooh, or was it Afghan in the Afghan Kush fields?
I feel like that's a later strain.
I don't know, man. We gonna find out.
And when you hear mids,
All right. Do you want the
What
long answer or do you want the short
You want
answer?
to put money on it?
of where the first
Where we think it was?
This should be fun.
Nah,
No,
Who y'all got?
$1.
nah.
I got it. I got it in India, the Hindu Kush Mountains, or wherever you call it.
I
I'll
would
put
say
$1 on it.
I'll either say the Native
Americans,
Americans,
okay.
or
Those on Payette.
Egypt or Egyptians.
Egypt's a good one.
I don't know if they had it, like if they were
because
just
they used hemp for clothes and stuff.
So you said Native Americans, and you said
I say India.
All right. So do you want to go with who was the closest or who was right?
Egyptians.
Who was right?
I like Egyptians. Watch.
All right. How much is the bet?
$1. Since Darren's scared.
You damn right I'm scared. I ain't do my research on that one.
All right. So neither of you were right.
Damn, you right. All right. Who was closest?
Chinese.
Depends how you want to put it. I would say Darren was closest.
What? Who was
because it originated. It was first originated in China.
Yeah, I can see that.
India's close to China.
In 2800 BC.
Damn,
so I say Darren just because the Native Americans are basically like long lost versions of the Chinese.
I didn't know that at all.
I learned that from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What was he smoking when he said that?
That's a good.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and basically,
what was he smoking? What he said?
That's a good question. As soon as you said Joe Rogan, I also
he probably was smoking something. He was on Joe Rogan, but
that's why
he was talking about how like he was talking about Pangea, and how people got pollinated like the world. And he was basically saying during Pangea, so basically you know how life started on Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it spread throughout the different continents. He's saying the Native Americans they went through to Asia first, but back then, since everything was connected, China there was like a land bridge between China and like Alaska, and some of the natives crossed that bridge and made it over. But over time, because by the way, this was during the Ice Age. So because of the Ice Age, the waters leveled were lower. So that's why the bridge was. You could see the bridge. After the Ice Age ended, the waters rose back because the ice melted back into the oceans. So the waters rose back and closed that bridge off, which disconnected those people from all their other people. Mm-hmm. So he said for about like 10,000 years.
That's interesting.
Basically, till Columbus came to America, those people were isolated on that continent by themselves, and we call them Native Americans.
I completely
I'm going to need to watch
this
YouTube video.
And also another reason a fact that he states is, you know how Native Americans have a low metabolism for alcohol. They get drunk really easily.
I didn't know that.
Who also has that problem?
Asians do.
Is this a thing people just know?
Yeah, I mean,
no,
you never.
No. You know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is?
Yeah. I know who he is. Yes.
Yeah. No, he's like just really smart.
So people just take his word on this?
Shit, I will.
Here's my thing. I don't think that he's wrong, right? Because if you look at Alaska and you look at everything, possibly. But the thing is, Pangea was formed the opposite way, I believe, if I'm right. So that
no, with Pangea, everything was connected.
Yeah, but everything being connected would mean that during the Ice Age, but that's a long ass bridge because you're talking about. Think about like this: every continent being pulled together, Pangea, right? But there's still a big ass ocean that's on the other side of this whole rock, right? So let's say during the Ice Age there is a bridge. That's a long ass bridge to cross. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I have no idea.
All right. So, unless it broke up before then and then the Ice Age. I'm not good with like that ice ages like that, so I'm not sure about that.
So think about it like this: there was no land bridge. The Ice Age happened, so the ocean sank and it became lower because of the ice, and that opened up the bridge. They crossed the bridge, the ice age ended, it rose up and uh, covered up the bridge.
I still feel like natives, if you want to call them natives, because it's both Americas. It's not just North America, South America. I
Mm.
think was not connected necessarily, but I think before Columbus, they were all, how do I put this? They knew about each other. They've met each other. I feel like in
Like
some
different
which way,
tribes and legends.
I feel like in some which way, either the ancient Aztecs. Once again, I'm just throwing what would have been over here at that point that I know of. I think either they crossed into Africa or Africa crossed into them, and there was a mutual trading between the two. Because if you ask me, you find pyramids throughout the world, but the two real grand period pyramids are Egypt, and you see the ones in
Machu Picchu.
Mexico.
I don't think it's Mexico. Is it Peru? The Aztecs one, where they have the actual calendar, and then
The Maya.
2012 Mayans. My fault. Yeah, the Mayans. Uh,
Maybe.
that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I'm going
I
to
don't.
believe the astrophysicist.
I
I
still
don't
think it
believe
was
he's
Indians.
wrong. I'm just saying I also agree with what I'm saying after that. He can say the Ice Age and they did cross over and everything, cool. But I think before Columbus, I think that's just something that we tell ourselves with history that he was the first one to cross over and find Americas. I don't believe that. Africa is a
Mm.
huge continent.
Yeah, the
Even
Chinese
Nobody
were.
with the
nobody
technology.
found a boat. Even the Chinese. You're gonna tell me nobody else and nobody else talked to each other? Man,
I mean, you got
I
to
just
think,
don't believe
Darren, who
that.
was here though?
Put it like this.
The Native
Mansa
Americans. They didn't
Musa.
get here from like nowhere.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I agree with him. Like I said, I agree with him. But I'm saying also after that, there has to be something. Mansa Musa was a rich man, right? There's an actual like story of him going from uh I forgot Mali Empire to um where's the when you're
What?
Muslim
What?
when you're Muslim and you have to go play by the end of your life you have to go to this place
Mecca.
Oh, I know what you're
Mecca.
talking about.
He
Yeah,
crossed
yeah,
into
Mecca.
Mecca, and that's in India, right? Or somewhere over. It's not in Africa.
I'm not sure.
I'm
I
not
can look it
sure.
up.
I'm almost positive it's not in Africa. He went. There was
Somebody
It's
will
in
a
Saudi
research him.
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Wait, I don't know if that's in Africa either.
It's in somewhere. Middle East.
Yeah,
Middle
man, I
East.
really gotta get my global map in my head, right? But there was just real quick that Pharaoh from whatever the Egypt was trying to get him to come. He didn't want to come because whatever reason. We can go into detail with that another day. But he didn't want to go there, but he did go to Saudi Arabia, and he did end up going to Egypt. But yeah, I'm just saying if all
What's
of
your
this
point?
was my point is if all of these people were moving around, you telling me that there was no
The
movement
ocean. You
between
know how
them
big that
and
ocean is?
Egypt, and then I understand that, bro.
Why
But at the
would
same
Mansa
time,
Musa,
I'm not
the
saying
rich ass nigga, go across the
I'm not
ocean?
saying him. I'm not saying him. But you telling me you wouldn't send people?
I mean, there's probably
They probably
stories.
died, Darren.
We
You
don't
know
know.
how big that ocean was?
There's
It's a
probably
big ocean.
stories, and there's probably some people. He probably knew that there was something out there, but it might not have been worth going. Because when people came over to America, what made them able to do that? Did they have the steam engine at that point, or like what was going
Columbus
on?
to them?
You
I
know,
doubt
Columbus
it.
you're
is right
talking
They
there.
didn't
about
know
when you're
steam
talking
engine.
about when the Mayflowers and other boats started coming to Americas. No, they didn't have no other
Did it have the
technology. It was
Industrial
just bigger
Revolution didn't already
boats.
start?
It was just bigger boats.
And they got fucked up. They were
Then
sick as fuck too.
yeah, the Industrial Revolution didn't start for another 200, 300 years.
Yeah, you gotta think, bro. Just being on the water that long, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like a month.
nah, it's
More
more
than
than a month.
that.
It
They
was
were
more
on
than a
there for
month.
more than that.
Yeah,
I can look it up real quick.
that's a crazy.
Um,
That's crazy. Anyway, how did we get? Oh, we was trying to figure out who, where it
I still say
originated.
it was India.
Mm.
I don't care. The Chinese probably just used it for clothes. They wasn't smoking
So
shit.
did I win the bet?
They're like opium. No, you didn't win nothing. Nobody was right.
He said I was closest, man. But anyway,
But you said the qualities that make it good to you is smell, taste, feel.
overall, to me, the experience is everything. right? That's how it first. That's how it first is.
But what generates the experience is what I'm
I
trying to
mean,
get to.
you ever got a bag from somebody and it was just like, "Yo, this is this," and it wasn't that, and you could tell
But what makes you able to tell is what I'm getting at.
the name. You know what you're
So
supposed to get.
so is it just based off of the name? So if I come to you and I say, "Hey man, this is some platinum OG triple bubble gum, whatever,"
I would
The
be like,
triple
"There's no
bubble
such."
gum.
I would be like,
but
"There's no such thing."
whatever the top notch, whatever it's called,
Yeah,
and it looked like it and everything, but I had it in this vacuum sealed bag and I gave it to you. Would you believe it was it just by looking at it?
no, it's not about
Okay,
believing you. It's not about believing you as much as it's about the experience of actual
but
smoking it.
it would probably be because you want to smell it, you want to break it up, you want to see what it's going on, what the
Yeah,
crystals
I
look
mean,
like
I would trust that
first.
more. Yeah,
See, so these are the qualities I'm talking about. Because my real question is, what is the top strand? And I want to have definitive qualities and categories in which we can go about it at.
I got a perfect way of saying that. OG is the top strain.
You hear
Why?
him? You
Why?
hear him, Rob? It's like talking to a wall.
It's not. It's not. Look,
Did
I'm
you
not.
did you hear what he just asked you though?
Yes, I heard everything you just asked me.
Are you going to answer it?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So you're asking me why is OG everything that
Yes.
you just described? All
Yes. I
right.
need to
So
know.
what other strand has its name
We're
after
answering
stuff?
questions with questions.
Yeah, you got to.
Okay.
You
What
got
other
to.
name? What?
What other strand has multiple versions of itself? Marathon OG, Lemon OG, OG Kush, OG this. I can keep on going. I just don't.
Oh my
Blueberry OG. The
god.
reason why I say that is because that you want it in lineage with OG because people like OG. It's the definitive one. With that being said, absolutely, you break it down. There are other ones that came after it that look good and smell good and all of that. But if we're talking about a lot of those have OG after it. Like a lot of those have OG after it, and it's cool. And some of them don't, whatever. But I think if you get to most people, you're going to find multiple answers. But it's the, for example, if you go to like a state where it's been legalized for multiple years,
Mm-hmm.
Colorado, California, they're gonna. I think you'll get a lot of different answers, but you'll always get back to the OG. There's not another one that you'll be like. Some people will be like Hayes. I absolutely disagree. You will never find like a group of people that will say Hayes is the best strain, not a whole statewide. Anyway,
In
that's
New
how I feel.
York, niggas will tell you straight up it's the diesel, baby.
I respect Diesel.
They'll say, "Give me some diesel."
I
Fuck the
respect
OG.
Diesel. Look, yeah, but Diesel's a sativa, man. People don't. I think people don't understand. People, I get it. I like sativas, but
You come to
I
my block, it's
prefer
the
OG.
gelato.
I prefer,
So let's talk about that real quick.
or indica.
Sativa versus indica.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Break
What's the
it down
difference?
to us
What do
beginners.
you guys prefer?
What's the difference?
You know, indica in the couch, you're gonna get slunked. I put like indica is like everything that is known for a stoner. You feel me?
Okay.
Like
So
if you after a long day at work or you're an athlete and you just really want to recover your body and get some rest, indica, eat some food, lay down.
what is sour diesel?
That's sativa. I'm
What
pretty
is
sure
gelato?
hybrid, I believe.
What is AK-47?
You got me. You
What
got me.
is runts? I'm just trying to figure out if I like sativa or not.
I
Or
think fronts is hybrid as well, but I could
I
be
like
wrong.
hybrids.
I could
I
be.
like
All right,
both.
let me look this. I got
We
this.
got all the technology
Yeah, let me look
at
this
our
up.
fingertips.
What's the first one you
You
just said?
about to look it up on Leafly?
Yep.
Gelato.
Gelato.
If only we could look it up on the computer.
I think we can actually.
You probably could. There's no way they don't have a website.
Yeah. Gelato. Gelato is a hybrid. Got that one right. AKA Larry Bird.
Larry
Hey,
Bird.
hey, fuck with me.
What was the other one?
AK-47.
It's my fucking address, huh?
Yes, sir.
I got a chopper
Uh,
in the car.
hybrid.
I like hybrids.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I'm not the biggest fan of hybrids all the time.
you
Some
serious?
hybrids, they give me headaches if I smoke them like throughout the day.
What else, Skittles?
I love Skittles. Oh, looking it up.
Yeah,
I love it.
What is
Uh,
Skittles? I need that.
yeah.
What's
I don't.
Skittles? I love
Darren
Skittles.
says it's good, but I don't know.
yeah, people
It's
don't
all
know,
right.
bro. It's actually spelled with a Z. They
Zittles.
got Skittles, Zittles mints. It's an indica
Oh, maybe that's why I've been asleep.
grape. Ooh, indica dominant mix of grape ape and grapefruit.
Ooh,
Whoever made
fantastic.
that, good job. You are a genius.
I
That is
got
a
a phone number for you if you want to try it, Rob.
Hmm?
I got a phone number if you want to try it.
What do you mean?
go
This
through the
product.
Oh yeah,
Zittle
yeah,
mints.
definitely.
Zittle mints. Oh my goodness.
It's the precursor to runs. I learned
This is.
allegedly.
Let's see.
Uh,
I prefer indica though. Which one you like, Rob?
It's all the same to me.
oh man,
You're
I feel
crazy.
like I feel
you don't
like
like Northern Lights?
and it's okay, here's the thing. I said it's all the same. I know I just said that. It's not all the same, but
As long as it
it's all
gets
the
you where you
same.
need to go.
It all
Uh-huh.
gets you it all gets you somewhere where you're trying to
Yeah, I
go.
feel it.
I disagree with that.
But
He
it's
didn't,
about
but he
okay.
didn't. Rob is younger. He didn't grow up in the mids in the dro era,
The
where it's like
five
it
minutes
got you
era.
there, but it didn't get you there off of 2 or 3 puffs, and then you were just
You
like,
had a headache.
huh? Yeah, exactly, bro. You remember like trying to smoke that shit during the day, and you just be like,
Be like, bro,
oh
I
my
don't want it.
goodness. Yeah, you just be like, you know what? I think I just need to go home and take a nap.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah,
get these
I couldn't
categories right.
imagine trying to smoke weed in high school.
We got to get the categories right because Darren dodged my answer like a politician. My question like a politician.
Go ahead.
You really did.
How
It's
did
got
I
to go
dodge?
by
You look like the CEO of Robin Hood.
I don't know
right.
That's
what
what you
you're
look
talking
like.
about. I don't know what you're talking about. Speaking about that,
So,
Runts is a hybrid, and it was Leafly Strain of the Year for 2020.
what was?
Runts was a
Runs
hybrid.
was?
Yeah.
So I go by smell and delivery with delivery. That's the ooh, look at the tightness when you break it up, what you see. That's the delivery, right?
Okay.
And then you get the
Delivery, I like that.
you get the level of smoke, I guess. So you know when you exhale, when you inhale, how much you're able to absorb at once compared to other strands.
Uh,
If you need a lot less to get to the same effect, that is
that's
good.
a good indicator. That's a
I
great indicator, actually.
I think they have the THC level or whatever they call it. So,
Mm. Yeah, right. That's also an important thing. The THC level that you're into. Huh.
but what drives the price of product is what I want to know. If that's not a random question, like you know how the what drives the price of the economy is what gold or whatever they say.
Yeah.
What drives the price of like if you went to the store where it's legal and they're like, hey, this is $1 million
You
for
know, it's
this. What drives that price?
that's a great question. Uh, I guess just quality, right? Quality of the
Do
bud.
the growers drive it then? Do they say I'm selling it for this? Or do the people say, hey, I'll buy it for up to this amount?
I mean, I
Do they go
went.
by
I don't
street
know how. I
prices?
don't know how that works behind that
Do your homework, get back to me.
because that'd be interesting. That I like the business talk of that, but I don't know how that would talk. How they would talk. Would you just look at it? Would you smoke it and just be like, yeah, you're gonna charge more for this, or I don't know.
You talking about how they set up their prices?
Yeah,
How's that? How's that work?
They probably just upcharge, so they can make their money back by a certain
But I
percentage.
mean, like, if you go to Vegas and you go in a dispensary, right, and you're like, let me get 10 of these,
Okay.
and they tell you, okay, it's $100, or
Okay.
they tell you it's $200. What
Drives them
drives
there.
that price point?
That's just I have a,
I would.
Is it some guy named Paul in the back who's telling me it's $8 each here, or is it
I would have to say it's either quality. It has to be quality in what they bought it at, right? Because they got to make a profit. The dispensary,
so then who grows it names the price?
pretty much, and
Kind of in a
how
way,
it turns out, right? That's the way I would look at it.
because they're probably if they give you a price that you don't want and take it somewhere else. I guess that's just business. Though.
It's the grower's world.
You guys got to know the value of your product. I guess.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's an
good to know.
interesting
And
point.
especially it always goes back to supply and demand. If it's like in high demand, you can charge more.
Either one of y'all ever been to a
Mm.
dispensary?
Huh?
Either one of y'all ever been to a dispensary?
I
No,
don't enjoy being affiliated with those buildings.
I feel it.
I like to move like a thief in the night.
True, true. It's fun. It's fun.
yeah, you
What
said
Some
is it?
you were geeked about it when you said all the dispensaries were crazy.
What's
In
not
in
like
it?
all
LA
of
and
them.
Denver and
Look,
Colorado.
yeah. So like I said, I went to a couple. Like you, I don't know. There was like two that I like really like. Those are like my places. One was like really low key in San Diego. Like it was chill. Just need your ID. They didn't swipe nothing. It was just simple. Dude card you at the door. They don't card you again when you buy. So you good. It was cool, man. It was cool. It was like a real homey environment, like real chill. Like you just go in, and you in San Diego. It was really no. That one wasn't. Another one was like really close to like Mexico. We almost ended up driving into Mexico. That's a different story though.
Mexican
Uh,
Joe would have been different.
bro, I would have been freaked out. Like he
The
was just like,
Federales?
yeah, I was like, I was just felt it, man. I felt it in my global like map. I'm like, hold on, man. We drove south the
You'd
whole
be
way
like,
to
no
get to this
español, no
dispensary.
español.
Yeah, bro. I was like, we drove south to get to this dispensary, and then like as soon as we got on the highway, I was like, probably a mile in, I was like, nah. I was like, nah, we're still going south. We're still going south. We looked it up, and we was literally, if I didn't say that, literally, we would have been in Mexico within a mile.
Nope.
Yeah, I was freaked out, bro. I was freaked out. But that one, and then the one in Denver. There was one in Denver. I wish I could name these places, but I cannot remember the name of these places.
Good.
It was real chill.
But describe inside. What was like made of crystal? Are there females in there bringing you samples? Like, how does it work?
The one that I like in San Diego was two females working, and it was cool, real chill, like homie, like Phil. Uh,
They do feet in there?
huh?
Do they do feet?
Feet?
Yes. Is it a massage parlor? Like
No, absolutely not.
it's
That would
just
That
be
would be
amazing.
lit.
That
That's the
would be
move,
too
though.
much. That
Imagine
would
you
be.
be able to smoke
get your
and
toes
be able to get
done.
your feet rolled at the same time.
People
I'd
would
be
be
happy.
laughing. You couldn't stop laughing if you just went there
It's
for
a
the
foot
first
massage.
time.
They're not tickling your
Yeah.
feet.
Bro,
That'd
but
be
if
great.
if you just ticklish, you just going to die laughing while you smoking.
I pay
Is
attention
it?
to
Totally.
that.
Does it have like? Can you? Is it like cigar shops where has its like own
Yeah.
place like you can smoke at?
Try it out.
Not even try it out. Just like to just go chill
I don't think I've
and smoke.
see. That's the craziest one. When we got into Vegas, like I said, we was partying in San Diego that night before. But when we got into Vegas, when we finally got there, I was tired as shit, and we went to the dispensary, and I just went in, and I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'm too tired. I walked out, and as I was walking out, I really looked around. It was people smoking in the parking lot. It was a bigger building, so I would imagine it was they without COVID they would allow people to smoke in the building, but people were just smoking in the parking lot drinking. I was like, oh, Vegas is
They're
a different
drinking in
world.
the parking lot.
Vegas is a different world. It's a very different world. It's not.
Were they having sex with prostitutes in the parking lot too?
What?
Yeah, prostitution is illegal out there.
It's
No,
legal?
it's legal. Yeah, it's legal.
No,
How
it's
many fuck
not.
Yeah.
prostitutes did you fuck there?
I didn't. We was in Vegas for that night. I got out. I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I told you everything that happened. I was tired. I saw the Raiders building. What are y'all talking about? I paid,
how much was it?
I saw the Raiders.
Did he tell you how much he paid?
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
You say you got like 3 for 200 piece.
I'm far too handsome. I'm far too handsome to pay for anything.
I mean, shit, maybe they paid you. I just want to know.
Vegas
go to like?
Was fun.
Do you go to like? What do they call them? A brothel? Do they have those, or is it like a? They just on the road.
I don't know. There was a dude in San Diego who was trying to describe to me what it would have been like, but
like how do the ladies
so it's like a bar. That's like
That's what I'm asking.
So you can like just go to the counter like, hey, give me boop boop boop, and just get like boop boop boop. And you just start, and you just like, and you like, give me another.
I hate to say that.
That would be lit.
There was
how it is?
Yeah, that's terrible.
That would be lit.
There was a guy in San Diego. He was describing it. I was just like, bro, this guy is crazy. He's been there, and he was describing the story as he's been there. He like,
walks in, everything's
he's
red
just
and
like,
satin.
nah. Just imagine just walking in Vegas, nice little, and he just walked over to the bar and just said, "Hey, who's working tonight?" Ooh. I was like, "What?" He's like, "That's all you have to say to him." And the bartender would clearly say and point him out. I was like, "Bro, that is crazy." What? I was like, he was like,
when we go to Vegas, I'm gonna tell Sarah to something. I'll be like, yo, ask the bartender who's working today.
Look, next podcast, I'm bringing that up. I'm gonna ask you.
We'll be in Vegas during the next podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to Vegas?
Yeah, we're going Thursday to Monday.
That sounds lit.
That's gonna be crazy.
I will be in my hotel room at the Planet Inn or Planet something hotel. Brittany told me the other day, and I forgot.
I forgot too. I was here when they said that.
Yeah, and I forgot.
I forgot too. I really can't remember. I just know Planet. If you wouldn't have said Planet, I would have had it, but I forgot.
Planet. It's on my phone, actually. I don't know. I'm acting like I
anyway,
don't know how to use the TikTok.
It's gonna be fun. So you telling me you're not gonna go to no dispensaries in Vegas?
Planet Hollywood. If I can just go in and look and, not have to be interrogated, and that shit makes me uncomfortable. I don't like people
That's what I was saying,
my
bro.
name and putting my shit in databases. I pay in cash.
Yeah. You don't. It doesn't matter.
To who?
No, you have to pay in cash in most dispensaries. You have to pay in cash.
See, that makes it even more shady.
They don't take debit cards?
No, well, look.
They're probably not insured by the bank.
There are some that take credit cards because throughout certain states. But I know in California, almost every single one, I had to get cash. Every single one. They're not backed by banks. Absolutely not.
Is that why? Do they get robbed often?
No.
Because it's just got heavy cash
No. The DEA robs them. That's a totally different story.
Go into that.
What?
Well, actually, don't go into that. We're going to take a break first and have a little commercial break. Then we'll talk about that when we get back.
Fantastic. What?
Yeah.
All right. Break. All right. So, Darren, go turn off the camera.
All right.
And we're going to restart the camera and do the clap thing. But before you do that, we weren't streaming live, so I just kind of cut that shit off.
All right, go ahead and get us up.
For some reason, I just didn't have it up. I thought we were streaming and shit.
All right. Is it ready to go right after, though?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave this recording on.
All right, I'm about to go ahead. I'm just about to stop it and turn it right and go back to record.
Yep.
It's my party.
Plus, I guess it's a little break, too. We were talking for like 30 minutes.
My stomach hurts.
Mine does. I'm about to buy me some
ass
pimple over here. You ain't tell me I had. Bro, you're not my friend, bro.
Bruh, look, do you understand? I gotta get ready in the morning before I come over here. Did you not hear the fact that I said I probably didn't shave my head before I came over here, right? The back of my head could be fucked up right now.
No one can see it.
True. That's why I worry about the front only.
I can't stop yawning.
All right.
I slept for like 8 hours yesterday, too.
1, 2.
What were we talking about?
3. Darren's going to talk about the EDA thing. DEA thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, welcome back. Nice little break there. Darren, let's talk about that DEA.
Yeah. So you were saying, do they get robbed often?
Yeah, if they got all that cash on hand,
They can get robbed, but they got security.
security as well and take a bullet.
I mean, they probably shoot back.
That's fair.
I mean, they all had guns for the most part.
Okay.
And I feel like you gotta be really bold to rob a dispensary on top of it, like just because it's usually a lot of people there. Um, but the DEA, there was a show that I watched, and I was like, it was the last episode of the first season, and the DEA came in and raided the place, and they were just like, look, you did this one small thing that got caught on YouTube, and somebody was smoking in the parking lot or something, like, so you couldn't smoke in the parking lot, right? And this was when it was medicinal, not recreational, or maybe it was just getting into recreational. I don't know. But so the DEA came in and took everything.
This is a TV show or a movie?
This was a TV show, but it's real life. It's real life. Like
What was
they
the
will
TV show?
they will shut you down immediately. And
For
then
somebody not related to you smoking in your parking lot?
yeah.
Yeah, but
If
you
they
gotta think though,
if they smoking your product, yes.
they're really
Especially
really
medical.
crack down on that type of shit. Like if you sell to too many, if your store, like if you have a grocery store or something, and you guys sell liquor, you can get your liquor license taken away if they catch you selling to minors.
Yep. Yeah.
Even if it was like one of your employees that you like fired, you have like 3 strikes, and if you can't like sell liquor anymore, and that
Oh,
could
wow.
really kill like a business.
Yeah. There's certain people it happens to all the time, but it actually shuts them out of business because they don't got any more money. Like it just shuts them out. They
Or they
can't
get
buy
a new company, they sell it to a different company.
They can bounce back, but it's still compared to what you had, it's kind of hard to bounce back. And
Isn't
then
that what happened to like Sirens?
wow, is that possible? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he just sold it to his brother, different company.
Interesting. Yeah.
I thought so. If it's recreational, that's a state law, right? That's
Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that
that's
makes
why I
sense.
said the DEA can come in and take
That
everything.
makes
The
sense.
thing is, though, bro, it'd be one thing if they just took the money. They take the plants too.
They would do what?
I don't know. I don't
Smoke
know.
it.
Sell it back. Sell
The
it back
government
to
ain't
somebody else.
stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that shit
That's
about.
crazy to me.
Yeah, but that's weird though, because if you think about it, man, no matter what state you're in, if it's recreational, it's great, but it's still federally illegal.
You know what's crazy though? Like all the things going on in the world, and they're worried about some tree.
Yeah.
Like people are going missing. Like there was a girl going missing at the bar last night, got taken.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I told her ass not to be walking around outside, and she didn't want to listen. She said she was a grown woman. Later, about an hour or two later, one girl comes up. Have you seen blah blah blah? I was like, I haven't seen her since she decided to go outside. We can't find her. Well, we're gonna call the cops. Have fun.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They don't want to listen. I tell people get kidnapped
All the time.
You
That's a
don't listen.
big thing right now. That like people are just refusing to like pay attention to.
It's because it's one of those things like how often people think we're invincible. So and a lot of that shit, that kidnapping shit, that seems like some shit out of a movie.
No,
So unless it happens to you, you're not going to take it seriously.
It happens to everybody.
you can get kidnapped.
You've been
This
kidnapped
is real
before?
life.
No, but I had a cousin that almost got that. Well, yeah, she got kidnapped. She just got out of this situation.
You
I don't
know,
how
you
to
notice that both the stories that we've told have been 2 females.
I
mean, yeah.
understand that it is a real thing, and when I see the signs that I have grown accustomed to seeing when bad things happen, I warn them of such signs, and they ignore the signs. That's not my problem at that point. I did the Christian thing. I tried to help.
Yeah.
Now, when you tell me, like one old girl, she was like, you need to leave me alone. I don't need a boyfriend. I was like, sweetheart, my whole girl is over here. I'm trying to make sure you get home safe.
Yeah.
She kept calling me on the name, so I said, fuck it.
I mean,
We left
I
later.
couldn't.
And we
Speaking
saw
of,
her driving, I don't know if you ever saw a dude who was on the wheelchair, who got the mobile chair.
Yeah.
She was on his lap driving down Dempsey. I was like, y'all wild. About to get hit by a car at 3 a.m.
Nigga, what?
Because you didn't want to get an Uber with us. Because I was hitting on you.
That's just some crazy shit.
Crazy.
So that's a totally different
speaking
topic.
of, women are crazy. And guess what I just found?
What?
I found this dude has been putting women in their place.
Oh, shit.
This nigga's
Oh,
name's
shit.
Kevin Samuels. He
Oh,
puts
yeah.
bitches in their place.
How?
It's crazy.
What's he do?
I've been
Basically,
watching
basically his whole show is women wanting a quote unquote high value man, but they'll be like average ass chicks, but they want like a high value man. They're like making 50,000 a year,
even
but they want somebody that's making like 200 grand. And he just be putting them in their place. He said, okay, first of all, you're not pretty enough. You don't make enough money.
That's not.
How many kids you got?
Nah.
Oh, you got 2 kids. That takes 2 points off.
Nah. Yeah, that's the first.
He be killing them, bro.
Yeah, he do.
But the thing is, it comes off kind of mean because there was this one lady who was kind of bigger, and she was like, I'm kind of juicy, and he was like, that's not what I'll call that.
Yeah, bro. He just.
It's for every.
He's just real.
He's just
Some
real.
things are
He's just
for not
realistic.
everybody.
He's just realistic. And me personally, I don't understand some of the people that call in because they get worked up talking to him. In reality, it's not about that. He's just trying to give you advice. And if you want to argue, if you're calling in to argue, then it's a problem. Then that's a problem. But I feel like I don't know. He do be saying some things that just be like, yeah,
It just makes sense.
like just like you shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be 30.
The thing is, here's the thing. When he talks about a high value man, he's talking about a dude who's like physically attractive, makes
no, he's not.
wait, makes 100,000 plus, has connections to other people. Like, you know how you can be able to like to call somebody and be like, yo, I could put you on because you do this and this person can do this. 100,000 connection, at least 6 figures anyway. And then there was one more thing I cannot remember, but the way he defines it is pretty like he has to carry yourself right, not even just physically attractive, but actually just carry yourself right. When you like
Ghost,
yeah, like
you gotta be Ghost.
Thank you. Ghost is the perfect example.
But here's the thing: physical attraction isn't high on the male list,
but it is on the females list.
Yeah, but that's different. For females, you got to think because he was just explaining how men and women think. When a man the first thing they look at a woman, they look how pretty they are. Damn, is she kind of cute? Damn, when she turn around, she kind of thick. We're looking for attraction. So he was basically explaining if you're a 33-year-old woman that's making 50,000 a year with 2 kids, and you want somebody that's making $100,000, they're going to want somebody younger than you, not as aggressive as you. There's another thing that a lot of people that call into that show, they're all quote unquote alpha females.
Mm-mm.
So they're like super aggressive.
I won't say that.
And he says that the quote unquote, there's no such thing as an alpha female.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as an aggressive female. Because being a female, you got to be feminine. And that's the exact opposite of aggression. When you break that down, it's like, that is very true. But what a lot of people miss is men and women all are both feminine and masculine. We both have both qualities. We just have more of one just based off our sex. But based on my point is he be breaking shit down. He's blowing up. I just saw he was on the what podcast was it? The No Jumper podcast. They got him on there. I've been watching this shit for at least about 2-3 days now, and it's just fire, bro. He be talking to him for like 20 minutes. He breaks their shit down, and he just gives it to him straight.
The one thing though I really realized about him is that he don't. He's very like he. How do I put? He gets to his point and he don't want to hear no other BS from you. He don't need to hear the background story. He'll give you the facts about. He'll ask you like certain things about yourself. Get the facts, and then he don't want to hear no sob story. He don't want to know why the baby's father ain't why you didn't marry. He don't want to know that. He just says, "Well, why aren't you married?" He doesn't care about anything else. And in that fact, that's why I only will say like I don't think they should. I'm not saying don't call in. Don't call in trying to argue with, combat with him, because he's not going to have it. He has a mute button on top of it that just mutes the person. Mm-hmm. So like
he be whipping people and shit. That should be funny as fuck.
What you
he be like whip.
It's a whip sound effect, and it's cool. It's cool and everything, but don't go in there trying to argue, because he's not going to give you enough rope to argue. He's just going to give you enough to hang yourself, and that's just the truth. Like, and it's just the truth, and I don't mind about it. It's just his podcast. It's interesting. It's an interesting podcast, because it's also interesting to hear what certain women want, but they won't.
They don't have those same expectations for themselves.
They don't walk in the light of. Was one dude said it perfect. Like, if you want to be a wife, you have to walk in the light of a wife, right? And then some of the stuff that they say, you just be like, well, you want it, and that's cool, but you got to do the work too, and it's okay. It's not a big thing, but you're just not doing the work. In that way, there's a lot of women that listen to his podcast and actually like it. So
bro,
because he's giving them information
from this standpoint. I started taking the things he was saying about a high value man and started applying that to myself and started looking at myself different.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing that I got from it. I started looking at myself different. Like, what are my priorities in life right now? I really like that.
Chasing that bag.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know.
But a lot of the women that call into that show are like 30 years old. And he was just like, trying to explain to them. And I was thinking about this. You got it for a women's time frame is a lot shorter than a man's time frame. And you know how women mature faster than men? Mm-hmm. I kind of think that's kind of great for them when they're at like a younger age, like in high school / maybe college. But as you get older, that shit starts to backfire. Because women, he was talking about how women start having trouble with pregnancy after 35. So if you're like 33 years old, never been in a truly long relationship, and you want to get married and have kids, you literally have like 2 years before it's become very difficult for you. Yeah. Possibly, unless you're like super fertile. Mm-hmm. And these dudes are making like 6 figures that you want. Like he was saying, why would I want your alpha personality when I can go get a more feminine woman that's younger than you, that's willing to do all this shit, that's willing to be a stay-at-home mom, and that type of shit. Because they also want him to pay for all the shit. They only want to pay for like 25% of like the total bills.
Yeah.
So it's he just gives them the reality of the situation, and they keep talking about another thing they always keep talking about is settling. They have a real problem with settling. He's like, it's not settling. What's wrong with like a blue collar job worker?
A guy who makes $50,000, $40,000 a year.
And he always references
there's nothing wrong with it.
A plumber, has his own business, does his own thing, probably makes like $80,000 a year. They look down upon that. $70,000 a year. They look down upon that shit, which is crazy.
Yeah. That's the only it's so crazy because a part of me agrees with a lot of what he's saying. Then there's a small part that just be like, man, I get it, like, but you're not giving them the leeway to completely talk. And this, I don't really care too much. Like, I don't really care.
But Darren,
but at the same time, wait. At the same time, what their expectations are sometimes, and what that they don't like. One girl's like, I'm not going to date nobody who's not making 100 6 figures and he's not 6 foot. And it was just like, Wow, like that is really
But can you blame them?
selfish.
But here's the thing.
They're
But watch this. This
they're
is how he
they're
breaks it down,
raised
though.
on these fairy tales with Prince Charming, take you away, risk you away, you'll get married. You have the wedding of your dreams, the white dress. Like they fantasize about the shit since they're 2 years old. Of course they want it.
But as a black woman told that
Like
But here's the
so,
thing.
black women
Here's the
don't
thing,
listen to
LA.
Cinderella. Like, come
they
on.
watch it, but are they
LA.
told
Here's the
that?
thing, though. But so you're right about that. But imagine you're a black woman. You're 33 years old. You make 50K a year. You have 2 kids from one baby dad that you never married. You're not an attractive. You're not attractive to somebody making 200,000 a year. That's not attractive to them. And he was also explaining how even if that guy says he does want to get with you, he's going to be a stepfather to your children. Is he going to be able to discipline your children? He's going to have to deal with the father too, and he's also going to have to provide for those children too. So let's say he has kids, that's money not going into his kid's mouth.
I was about to say he did put a good.
He broke it down like that too.
It was
He broke that shit down. I was like, damn.
He was like,
It just made me like look at like relationships and how people have relationships completely differently. And it makes sense. It makes more and more sense if you think about it like that, and why like back in the day, women they're basically getting girls pregnant as soon as they went through puberty. Because you got to get it done. You only got, what is that, when they hit puberty, like 14 years old, 13 years old maybe. You got to then to your 35 to basically have kids for the most part.
I don't know. Live your life, live it right. Take what he says that you agree with, take what you don't agree with, and live with it. That's how I live life. Anyway,
Darren, here's the thing though.
Real quick.
Last thing on this.
Yeah.
From every single video I've seen, I've never seen him take an L.
Like I said, bro, he controls his podcast though. Or he controls it. He controls it. Like that mute button is powerful. He doesn't let people overtalk him. Like he'll immediately say, like, don't overtalk to me. You're not gonna overtalk me and mute him. And even then he'll still he just has a certain control over it.
Control. The thing about that is 9 times out of 10, he only uses that when they start saying nonsense or repeating themselves. Because you got to remember, like he said, he's been doing this. He said for
nonsense.
Like 20 years.
I agree. Don't get me wrong.
So he's heard the same shit over and over and over again.
Nah, he's been an image consultant for all those years. I'm not saying he's been doing this for that long, but anyway, I think
not the YouTube. Obviously, I'm talking about like just like talking to people,
giving
them advice.
Yeah, but even then, to me, it's like it's not out the question that a woman can be in her 30s and have multiple kids and pull a guy who's her same age and makes 500,000 a year. It's possible, and it is. No, stop.
Here's what he was saying. Here's what he's saying. Watch this. Here's what he was saying. Then he would ask them, "Does it matter if they're black or not?" And most of them said, "Yes, it's black. They're black." Okay, so the average medium for a black man to make in America, the average black man makes in America like $41,000. 10% of black men make over 6 figures in America. So you're giving yourself a 10% chance at happiness at 30 years old. It just doesn't make logical sense.
I agree.
Is it possible?
Listen.
Prince Charming just comes
in because I'm trying to get off this. I'm trying to get off this topic. I agree with everything that for a lot of that what he says, but at the same time, like some of the women call in and they be like, "No, you're not giving women hope," which is cool. There's no such thing as hope. Don't listen to his podcast if you want hope. That's what I would look. And I'm not trying to diss his podcast because it's real. I would say listen to it if you want the real thing because it's still possible that you can get whatever you want, but don't go in there with the eye open hope that you're gonna get that you already had. Don't go in there with hope that you already had. Go in there with the idea that you can find hope in with what he's saying. That's what I would say, if that makes sense. Don't go in there and be like, yeah, I'm so happy it's possible, and then he go in there and kills your dreams. Go in there like, man, it's possible that I'm going to be like this, and then go in there and listen to what he's saying, because he's not telling you stuff wrong. And even then, I wouldn't even listen to what everybody else is talking to him about. I would say actually listen to what the image consultant part of him is saying, not the not the person that's talking to people, the image consultant, not the numbers, the image consultant. Listen to him, that part. Anyway, real quick before we end this, Jay-Z, he's been making moves. Y'all been seeing this, right?
Nope.
All right. So
I saw the Ace of Spades deal.
So he got the deal with his liquor company.
Mm-hmm.
They got 50% is owned by what liquor company? I can't. What liquor company? Rob, can you look
I can
that up?
find it real fast. Yeah.
He also started Monogram, a marijuana company, right? So that's another thing. He had a crazy verse on that Black Messiah tape, right? Lastly, he just started a platform. I think it's going to be an app that helps people when they're paying for Hulu and Netflix and stuff like that. It helps their credit go up. This dude Jay-Z is making major business moves like crazy, and all of them are just one after the other. I'm just like, man, that's a big business move. And then the next one, you're just like, dang. Then they just keep on adding up, and you're like, man, like this dude, you just really get to see a billionaire who didn't like compromise. He didn't compromise who he was at all. Like he's making more and more money. He's not compromising who he is. It to me it's very inspirational. I like it.
It's called LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like one of the biggest what do you call it?
Distributors.
Alcohol distributors in the world.
Yeah.
Well,
or the biggest.
Right.
He sold like 50, what do you say, 50%?
Right. That's crazy.
Of Ace of Spades.
Yeah. 50 spades.
Wow.
I don't know if it was Ace of Spades, but
it was Ace of Spades.
I'll go with Robinson. But yeah, man, 50%. But even then, bro, what it's gonna bring back is gonna be crazy. Because now you got a major client, and then he's working with the NFL, man. We just saw the weekend with a crazy performance. It's just nuts. It's just nuts to me. His business moves in the past year or so, in the past 3 months, because what everything I set up before the NFL, it was pretty much in the last 3 months. But that is crazy, man. It's just crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, Jay-Z said he was the best rapper alive. Maybe he was the best businessman alive.
I think he said, I'm not a business man. I'm a business man. The truest statements. The very true statements.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hov in 2021.
Bruh, it's nuts, man. It's nuts.
What if he had ran for president? You think he would have got it?
Nah.
No? You don't think Jay-Z got enough clout?
I hate to say it. There's a lot of America that wouldn't want to see that man with that.
When we would have run in 2020?
I don't want to see Jay-Z be
if he ran for what's vice president?
I don't want to see him be in the news.
They wouldn't let that. They would literally call him a drug dealer on Fox News every fucking day.
But they wouldn't. They let Donald Trump go.
Donald Trump was a drug dealer.
Donald Trump is a criminal.
Yeah,
but on the low. It's not
on what low.
I don't think it got. But here's the thing: it got brought out to the light even more when he ran out for presidency.
Oh my god!
They find, bro. They're going to literally find anything on you. If you punch some kid in like elementary school, they're going to find that out.
I don't want Jay-Z to be president. To me, it's like
he can write pardons.
I just want to rewrite the national anthem.
Can he do that?
That's cool too. But look, I think
Drake should write the national anthem. So 100 years from now, be like, did you know a Canadian wrote the national anthem?
A Canadian cannot do that. No,
that'd be hot.
We got too many talented musicians in this country.
Drake will turn the American national anthem into a fucking slap over fucking night.
It'd be a drill beat.
Did you hear the new Drake song? His new feature?
Draco,
the ruler, where the fucking dude's name is?
Trash. I don't like
that boy. Killed that nigga. Drake killed that.
Drake's
shit.
Cool, but I don't like that song.
I ain't hear it.
You don't like it? Oh, that shit's fire. I've been listening to that shit nonstop.
I'm not a huge fan.
Oh shit! I'll be back.
How much time we got left?
He left. He's gone.
Man, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Do you think? Do you think New York made more so? I guess your environment makes you, but at the same time,
What you mean?
do you think the best? I don't even think this is right, but do you think the best businessmen are probably produced from New York?
I mean, you had
I can
Steve
name.
Jobs. Was he from New York?
I think he's from California. I could be wrong though.
You got Amazon. Was he from New York?
I have no idea. No idea where Bezos is from.
You got the Victoria's Secret limited brand dude.
Wexner.
Yeah.
I just know he lives
he's
out
from
here.
Columbus, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he's from here. I just know he lives out here.
Well, I mean, you got a lot.
I would imagine he's from here.
Yeah, a lot of business. The Walmart dudes aren't from New York, are they?
Nah, man. You know what? Ending that, man. When people say there's no hope in America is a land of you got a chance. You got a chance here. You can think about it, man. Esports.
You can do anything in life and get paid.
Bro, for real, there's a lot of money here. Not even just money; it's opportunity for you to make money. In a crazy.
You can walk dogs and make 6 figures in some places. They got that dog walking app. Some people will quit their job and do that shit all day.
They walk dogs and make 6 figures.
You can walk a dog from 7 a.m. to 7
Hey,
p.m.
Think about this, bro. Think about
crazy.
this, Darren.
That's
go
nuts.
to the rich. Go to a rich neighborhood with some and say, "Hey, we charge $30. I'll walk your dog every fucking day at like 8 a.m." You go every single day. Go the dog. Go walk it.
Speaking about that, real quick, y'all saw what's her face? I can see Lady Gaga, I believe. Her dogs got taken.
What?
Bro, so somebody was walking her dogs, right? And it was 3 Bubbies, Frenchies. I believe it was all Frenchies. They all got dog napped, bro. Bro, I think you want to talk, bro. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Make sure Bubby don't hear you say that. He'll get stressed.
Nah, bro. Y'all get her dogs back. She's offering $500,000
each. Gotta be each, because they get sensitive. You can't let them know one's worth more than the other. They get moved.
Yeah, because you can't evenly distribute the 3. Yeah,
not
but
to your Bubby.
Anyway, man, yeah, get them dogs up. Get them dogs back to her.
Damn,
that's crazy, right?
Her dog?
Crazy.
Why?
Land of opportunity. This is America.
You're right. Fuck it. $500,000.
Nah, don't steal shit from people. Don't steal people. Don't steal dogs. Don't steal shit from people.
That's the
y'all make y'all money the right way. We're gonna get out of here. Rob, wrap us up, man.
Oh my God.
All right. Thank y'all for listening to the Purple Pill Podcast. I was your host, Robert. I was with my co-hosts, LA and Darren. Peace out.
Give Lady Gaga her dogs back.
Both of them.
All 3.
What's their names?
I think it's 3. I don't know.
What's their names?
We don't know. We're gonna find out.
I didn't know their names.
We're gonna find out.
If one of them named Bubby.